Hey everyone, today I'm going to present to you a cool little tool I use to map out rides and discover them as well. So let's dive into it and I'll show you how it's done. You'll need to access the Google Maps website, so just head to google.com/maps and this is important, /D as in December. This will bring you to a different version of Google Maps where you can create maps. And I'll show you an example where we've already created one. And as you can see here, it draws the entire path. We have charging spots that are listed. You can even put the hours of operation if the charge is inside the establishment. And as well, we even take a look at the total duration of that ride. So in this case, 24 kilometers from one end to the other, and about an hour and 24 minutes of travel time. Take a bit less than that on our e-boards, but it gives you a good idea of how much time you'll be on that path. So let's take a look at how we get to this. So to start, what you'll need to do is create a new map. Then pinpoint your city location, type it in if you have to. In this case, we're Ottawa. Once we've done that, I have a general idea where we're going to start off. This is a path we did a couple days ago, and I thought was a lot of fun. So we're starting off right here. This is our meeting spot because there's a charging station here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start creating our path. In order to do so, we need to create a line, and we go into draw a line, then add biking route, and we'll start it right here. This will give you your starting point A, and as you bring your cursor along the side here, you'll notice it's drawing a line for you. In order to move, you'll have to hold down the middle mouse button, which is your scroll. And I'll hold down the middle mouse button again. And if you want to do this quicker, zoom out, move again. And as you'll see, you can do this quite quick if there's no complicated turns and twists. Google automatically already knows that you're doing a bike path, so it'll choose the bike path rather than the roads and sidewalks or whatnot. In this case, it seems to be taking the other path there. There we go. Sometimes it's stubborn. And this is the marina. We're already there. So I know there's a charging spot around here somewhere, so I'm just going to double click, and boom, I got my point A to point B. And now if you want to take a look at how long this path is, just go where the three little dots are in your layer options, then go step-by-step directions, and tells me that path we just drew is 12 kilometers in about 34 minutes of travel time. But again, because you're on our e-skate, you might be going a little faster than that. But I think it's basing this off 20 kilometers, which is the speed limit on any NCC bike path, if not all. So now there's another thing we want to add, however. We want to add charging spots. So in order to do that, we're going to go back to our point A. We're going to create a new layer, which will be dedicated just for charging spots. And we'll name it charging spots. And then you can click on the add marker icon. Then we know it's right on the outside of the front entrance right here. We'll name it charging spot 1. And then we want to change the look of the icon. So we'll go in more icons and do, let's see, electric. There we go. An outlet. It's a good enough icon. I think everyone gets the point. Change it to orange so it sticks out. And there we go. We got our charging spot. And again, you can put more descriptions here. Like, for example, we can say located at the front entrance. And now we have our charging spot. Now the other aspect, as I mentioned, it's great for discovering paths. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to find out, well, can we actually loop that back to our starting location instead of just going to point B and then riding back through the same path. It's less boring that way. So we're just going to go back into the layer where we have our path. We're going to click on Add Destination. I'm going to go back on the path. Yeah. I'm going to click on Add Destination. So you'll have to click on your B and then click on Add Destination. And then you should get these lines showing up again. So once we have that, we can kind of see the green lines here that are still going. So we're just going to follow these, keep drawing around them or on them. And, you know, once you have a straight line, you kind of really do this a little bit quicker by zooming out. And we can see there's a bike path that's following the highway all up to this point. Okay, so here's where we get into a bit of a conundrum where you can obviously tell, I'm just gonna click once. Clicking once basically adds a waypoint without like a letter. You do this because sometimes what'll happen is it'll start looping around or find shortcuts. See, like go through straight through the road instead of using the bike paths. So sometimes you have to click once just to add that small dot so that it knows it won't loop around that or outside of that. So in this case, we want to connect back into the existing bike paths, and this is one of them that goes through the forest. And as you can see, we can connect it back to that. So we're just going to go and do those little waypoints. A dot there. Just click once for a little dot, 2 for finalizing your destination. So here what I'm doing is I'm just connecting it back to an existing green bike path here on the mat. And here we're back to our destination. So you just double click and there we go. We've created a complete loop. And sometimes if you're like, for example, this location has a charging station, you might not see the building or remember it and you need some extra visual help. What you can do is you can go to the base map and change it to satellite view, and as you'll see, then it becomes apparent. Like, for example, for me, I believe it was this building right here. So I can tell right away. It's not, see, I don't see any writing, so I can't tell on the other type of map. So in this case, for example, I would go back to the charging spot. So you select that layer, click the marker, same idea. And it gives you a better idea too, like if you're going through forest. It might even give you an idea how good the bike path looks. As you can see, it looks really nice here next to the highway. They've done a really good job. Doesn't look too bad. Looks like we have a bit of goes over the road here, so it gives you a better idea of what you're looking at. But as you can see, at one point we connect back into this heavily forested area, and it's a beautiful ride. And then we're back here. So that's it, everyone. That's how you create a custom map in Google Maps. If I've missed anything or you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I'll definitely reply to you, or if not, make another video, because why not? Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay safe, have fun out there.